Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your main man, Mac. Back again. Gonna give you a few start sits. Hope everybody's doing good. Get ready for the holidays and all that good stuff. You're probably sitting there wondering, like, hey, why am I in this car? Well, got a 4-year-old that's hyped up on Mountain Dew right now, so kind of hard for me to record, you know what I'm saying, in front of him and stuff like that, because he's like pinging all over the place. But hey, it is what it is. But anyway, we just want to get you a little bit of information here pretty quick. Go check out my main man Jake. He's got his start sits up, some good quality information up there. Check him out. And like I said, we're going to continue to do our live feeds together. Probably tomorrow or either Saturday, before the game start. We're going to get you some more info. We're going to do a live Q&A and everything like that. But I want to go ahead and give you a couple of my start sits for the week and let you guys know what's up. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna start out quarterbacks. Want to start out with my man Nick Foles. He's not your typical household name, but Nick Foles has got plenty of weapons. There really wasn't a downgrade when he came into the fold. Nick Foles, pretty cool. But anyway, I didn't even plan that; it just happened. But yeah, he's been doing well, man. I mean, he scored 4 TDs, threw for 4, last week, and he's got plenty of weapons. Aguilar, Alshon's playing well. He's not playing like the Alshon of old, but he's still a wide receiver 1. You got that 2-headed monster with Blunt and Jay Ajayi, so he's got a lot of pieces around him to be successful. So Nick Foles against the Raiders is a good look. Raiders been giving up some decent points to opposing quarterbacks. So Nick Foles is a good start. Big Ben also. I know you guys are going to be like, all right, Matt, come on. I know you're still a fan, but listen. Big Ben, he's been playing phenomenal. I know a lot of people are worried about Antonio Brown missing, this game, but they still got Juju. Excuse me. Eli Rogers is a pretty decent piece of the puzzle as well. He'll probably get used a lot this week. Not enough to be a flex-worthy player. But my point is, Big Ben has got so many weapons still. Le'Veon Bell is probably going to run his legs off. They're going to line him up in the slot. They're going to do all kinds of things for Le'Veon. So it's not really a drop-off by Antonio Brown being, out. So Big Ben is a good look. I mean, again, like I said, the Killer Bees are still going to do their thing. All right. We're going to go ahead and transition over into a couple of my sits. Jimmy G, me and Jake both, I think, have talked, fairly decent about this guy. He's got a lot of potential. Futuristically, he's going to be great. This week, not so much. Going against Saxonville, man, that's just, it is what it is. They've held, opposing quarterbacks to, less than 10 fantasy points a game. They've allowed less than 10 fantasy points a game. It's not going to be a good look. And the quarterbacks are less than 170 yards passing. That's just numbers that you can't ignore, man. I mean, it's just one of those things. He's got weapons, yes, but those cornerbacks, that defensive front, it's just going to be ugly. So don't try to get cute with it. Like I said, this is the championship. You got to go with your sure bets. And Jimmy G, he's good for next year, but not this week. All right. Kirk Cousins is another one. Kirk Cousins going against Denver. Denver's turned it around. They started out slow. They've had like the ups and downs, but they're starting to come on now. They've only allowed around about 140 points passing in the last 3 games, and Cousins has really been affected by not having that passing running back. Chris Thompson was a huge part of this puzzle, basically. P. Ryan, he's a north-south runner. That's it. He can't catch out of the backfield. That was the thing that separated him and Joe Mixon when they were in Oklahoma. Joe Mixon was more of that all-around back. P. Ryan was more, like I said, your north-south. He's just gonna, he's gonna blow through the hole, man. I mean, it is what he is. He's a powerful back, but Kurt has really been hurt by not having that other piece of that puzzle. Crowder. I mean, it's just a lot of guys that he normally depends on, they haven't been coming through. You know what I mean? It's just, and we ain't gonna talk about the tight end position down there in Washington. It's just ugly. So Kirk Cousins, I wouldn't even look at him. Don't even think about it. All right, wide receiver starts. Again, going to my man Juju, going against Houston. Man, I'm telling you, Juju, if he was on any other team, he would be the number one. You know what I'm saying? Bryant Martavis is going to get a lot of looks. They're probably going to game plan for Martavis because they're thinking that he's going to get the lion's share, and he's going to get a lot of it. But Juju has such dynamic speed, man, and for a young kid too, man, he's just got so much talent. I really like Juju this week. He had about 119 yards last week, and that's with Antonio Brown playing. So with Antonio not playing, man, I mean, the sky's the limit. His ceiling is just so high. So Juju is one that you might want to put in your lineup. Maybe not as a wide receiver too, but definitely a flex play, without a doubt. My other start for wide receiver is Doug Baldwin going against Dallas. Don't let that last week game fool you. I know he had a subpar game, but Doug Baldwin is still the number one. You know what I mean? And Seattle's got a lot to play for. They're gonna come in this game hungry. They're trying to prove a point. Dallas, yes, of course, they're gonna have Zeke back. They're gonna be doing, their offense is gonna be clicking a lot better. True enough, but again, I can see it being a high scoring game, and if that be the case, Doug Baldwin is going to be a integral part of that scoring for Seattle. All right, we're going to go into the wide receiver sits. Again, like I said, I'm going through these kind of brief because, me and Jake had previously stated, we're going to go ahead and do a Q&A probably Friday or Saturday. So we'll let you guys know. We'll get it posted up, so we'll have time to sit down and just answer a bunch of questions. All right, get you guys ready. But my first sit is Robbie Anderson going against the Chargers. That quarterback situation is what really scares me with him, basically. And the pass rush is pretty good. The Chargers pass rush. Casey Hayward, man, that's a really good cornerback, man. I'm telling you. And he's going to be on him. So I wouldn't trust Robbie Anderson this week. My other sit is going to be Marquise Goodwin going against the Jags. I mean, it is what it is. It's just one of those things. Like I said, it's just Jimmy G's not going to be able to do he's not going to have a lot of time, to drop back and really assess the situation, man. Though that defensive front and the linebackers they're going to be on him. So, just stay away. I would stay away from that side of the field. Anything on the 49ers, don't even touch it. All right. So we're going to go into our running backs. Excuse me. My first start is Kareem Hunt. Man, he had a monster game this past week. 24 carries, 155 yards, TD. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, and the Chargers the last two games, they've had, running backs to score 20-plus points on them. So, I mean, it's Kareem Hunt is starting to get back to where he was, early in the season when he was looking like that phenomenal rookie running back. He's starting to, get that flow back. And that's going to be one of those things. The offensive weapons in the passing game is not as prolific as some other teams. They still got Hill, Kelsey. That's the two main weapons. But it all is hinging upon Kareem Hunt. So they're going to have to get him going. He's going to have at least 20 touches. That's easy. So I like Kareem Hunt. Kenyon Drake as another one going against KC. I mean, we're going to stay in this game, really. He's the bell cow. Pretty much. He had 16 carries, 78 yards, and a TD last week. KC just gave up a huge game to Melvin Gordon. I mean, so it's one of those things. Like I said, Kenyon Drake, is he's a good play. I'm pretty sure if you guys are already in the championship, you got decent running backs already, so he will probably be somebody's flex, and anybody's getting that type of volume is flex worthy all day long. All day long. All right, my RB sits. We're gonna start with beast mode. Marshawn going against the Eagles, man. I don't like that too well. Philly has the number one rushing defense in the league. Them boys, like I said, that team, that dynamic changed early in the season when they started adding pieces to the defense, and it's spearheading, that whole team, man. I mean, it's just, that's what they built it upon that. Wentz and these guys coming along offensively is just a big plus, but the defense is really what, that's their stronghold. Marshawn's been looking pretty good. He's looking younger. I mean, he's been, the last game he had some good runs, you know what I'm saying? But, not against this Eagles defense, man. I wouldn't trust it. Not in the championship. Not at all. Another guy that some people may have, and I've heard a lot of questions talking about him or asking about him, and that's Lamar Miller. I don't like him going against Pittsburgh for a number of reasons. One of the main ones, man, Pittsburgh's going to be angry. You know what I'm saying? That last game, we're not going to get into all that. We might get into it in the question and the Q&A the next day or so if you guys want to talk about it. But it is what it is. Ref said it wasn't a catch, whatever. But I'm telling you, they're going to be upset, and I think Houston's going to they're going to be the recipient of that anger. Plain and simple. And again, they still playing. It's the whole narrative, man. With Shazier going out, these guys have they've come together. It was already a brotherhood in Pittsburgh, but more so now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're playing for their brother. Their fallen brother, basically. So that defense is going to be pretty stout. And again, T.J. Yates, the quarterback, that's not a good look. Ever since that whole transition has happened, Miller has kind of declined, basically. But again, a lot of people are using him as an RB1 or 2, or definitely a flex. So this week, if you can find other options, I would explore those. And again, you can access on a Q&A, somebody we might think that could service or be better in the situation. But I don't like him, and he's already losing touches to Alfred Blue. So that should tell you something right there. All right, we're going to move on. We're going to go to tight ends. Hey, I know. Before I even say it, I know what you guys are going to say. Okay, but I'm going to say it. These two right here, they're kind of sleepers in a sense. But again, these are the things, these are sometimes the moves you have to make to set yourself apart to win championships. So my first guy is Jesse James going against the Texans. And let me explain. Again, no Brown, more targets. Plain and simple. I mean, the guy's been getting targets for the past few games anyway. Big Ben has always kind of relied on his tight ends. Jesse James is starting to become, a reliable target. And the Texans are dead last against tight ends. So, to me, that's a good look. Like I said, the narrative comes into play from this last game and stuff. But if you're just looking at analytics and looking at the numbers, again, like I said, the Texans are dead last, against tight ends. And Big Ben is going to air that ball out. A lot of people are going to think that they're going to stall out because of Brown. Not so much. I'm telling you. Watch what I tell you. It's going to happen. And my other sleeper is Mr. Jason Witten going against Seattle. I think you're going to see a different Dallas team this week. Again, because of Zeke being out, that alone is going to change that whole dynamic of that team, man. It's going to go back. And if you look back early in the season when they had Zeke and you saw how all the pieces fell together, Witten was a prime example. He had a lot of numbers where he finished that week as tight end 1. So like I said, Zeke opens up so much in that offense, and they're gonna run him, man. Man, they're gonna run Zeke crazy. I'm telling you. And Seattle, you know, they're not the Legion of Boom like you are accustomed to, but they're still a formidable defense. And their main focus is, number one, trying to slow down or take out Zeke and also Dez. So I really like Witten and Beasley this week. That's just kind of a side note. But Jason Witten is a good look because anytime if Dak gets in trouble, he's going to dump it off pretty quick. And Jason Witten, typically, if he's not, going out on a go route or something like that, or just like a short 5 and out, he's laying back, in protection. So he's going to get a lot of looks because Seattle's coming. So Jason Witten, baby. All right, and my tight end sits is starting out with Eric Ebron. This is somebody that I see a lot of people in the community talking about or asking about, and a lot of fantasy analysts have been really talking pretty good about Eric Ebron. He has had a couple of good games. I just still don't trust him, especially not in the in the championship, man. I'm not gonna rely on Ebron to win me a championship. I just can't see it. But again, like I said, he's had two decent games. But here's the thing with Cincinnati, the corners are banged up. So they're gonna get the ball to Jones Jr., man, and Tate. I think they're gonna see the lion's share of the targets. Ebron is not gonna be relied upon, I don't think, this week as much as he has in the past. So you really don't want to trust getting about 3, maybe 4 points out of your tight end, especially not in the championship. You need to swing for the fences, okay? So Eric Ebron is not a good look this week. And another guy is Jared Cook. A lot of people have talked about Jared. And again, he's one of those guys as well who's had decent games these past few games. But, going against Philly, man, Michael Kendricks, he's a linebacker that's typically shadowing the tight ends. And he's been playing balls out, these past few games. And he's going to be all on Jared Cook, man. He's fast. He's big tight end. Big linebacker. So Jared's not going to be able to get him the ball like we think. And when they get down in the red zone, I can see Crabtree having a decent game this week. So Jared Cook's not. I'm not real high on him. If you have him, just temper your expectations when it comes to him. But I just can't see him having a stellar performance this week. So just keep that in mind. Again, I apologize, you guys, from having to come into, inside of my Mustang here. So for all you Chevrolet guys out there, hey, it's Ford's world, baby. You know what I mean? But listen, it's been fun. I appreciate it. Me and Jake both, we thank all you guys for, sticking with us throughout this year. We're going to continue to give you guys content, man. We're going to roll into baseball, NBA. Oh man, we're going to do it all, baby. And look, we've been thinking of some other things, some other topics to, sit down and talk about, do some live streams on different things. So you guys just hit us up in the comments and let us know some things that you would like to see or, would like to discuss. We're here for you, man. Because and then the season's gonna roll by pretty quick. We'll be talking about training camp and stuff, So fantasy football, it'll be here before you know it. But listen, and continue, like I said, go check out my man Jake. He's got some really good videos up as well, and we're gonna keep you guys posted and get all the content you need, man, to bring that ship home, baby. We love y'all. Peace.